guys, this is Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping, and I'm so happy to see you guys here already. I love that Lola waits way beforehand. I love that. Thank you, Lola, and that you look forward to it. And Dottie, I'm so glad you came, and Pat and Gail. And Jeanette, hey, how are you? So today we are going to do Hippo Happiness 2 cards. The story behind this is that I wanted the dies, and let me show you the dies because this is what I thought. If I have the dies, I have to get the set because we can get 10% off, and then with our discount, that even makes more. So I just wanted to show that there are a lot of nesting dies in this set that aren't like this. They've only got, the unicorn, the sheep, the butterfly, and the hippo, and then some flowers, and then a balloon. But the rest, oh, well, I guess here's this for the unicorn and the bow tie. It's so cute. But the rest are like things you can put sentiments on and stuff. And I'm assuming this would be for like putting a ribbon through some cardstock. Pretty cool. So hey, Steph, I just wanted to get the dies for reals. And then I thought, well, this Hippo Happiness is really cute. Let's give it a try. So that's what I did. So, oh, Jeanette or Jan, thanks. Yes, because you have to buy the both if you're going to get it. It's not too much more to buy the stamp set with the dies if you're buying the dies already. So it makes sense. So yes, and you will want to make these cards because they are so much fun. So let me show you. This card is a stand-up easel card. It does lay down flat, but the cool thing is that, let me show you, is it's got this little box that holds this up, but also will hold the fence or anything that you want to put in there that's a little bit bigger than, like you normally for an easel card, you would have it going, let's say, against the words. Well, this lets you do it, and you can have more things in the front. Now, this was done by Robbie Susan Chandler, and she did a totally different card, but I really loved the box idea, and she did use the fence. So my idea was to have these cute little sheep, because I'm always worried about how much sleep I'm going to get, is having them jump the fence, and you count your sheep. That was the goal. Well, I started it, and then I couldn't find a sentiment that would say that. So they're just jumping the fence. You'll know that that's why I made it, was because, getting sleep. But there are no sentiments saying, let's count sheep before we go to sleep. And I could have probably typed it up and everything. But, it always is good to have something that is not what you first start out with, but you like how it came out. And that's how this came out. So we're going to get started. And before we go on, because I don't want to forget, on my second card, I got the idea from Elaine's Creations. And I want to make sure I give them both credit because I didn't copy them, but I got inspired by them. So we are going to have a piece of the basic, basic white, 4 1/4 by 11. And this is the thick. So we're going to go ahead and score this. And it's going to be at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. All right, and then since we have the scoring out, we need another piece, and I made this a thick also. This is a 4 1/4 by 4 3/4, and you're going to turn it this way, and we're going to score it at the 1/2 inch, which it's always easier to start off going this way, like off on the other side of the cutter, because you can hold on to this. If you did it this way, it would be harder to hold it and get this closed. So we're going to go ahead and do a 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and then I'll flip it because now it's big enough. 1 1/2 and 2. That's pretty simple. Okay. So on this, you're just going to fold it because all this is going to get made into a box like this. So you're just going to make a box, but then when you need it to, it folds flat. So we're going to go ahead and put adhesive on this piece, and we'll just set this aside. Yeah, I think that I worry a lot at the end of the day. It doesn't help that I'm creating things when I'm going to bed. I don't know how many of you guys do that, but I have a problem with turning my brain off, and I always think, what am I going to make next time? And my grandson's birthday's coming up, and I had to come up with a Star Wars card, which I did today. And of course, I have already sealed it up, so I can't show you it, but I will have the picture on my Facebook once he gets it. I just don't want my daughter to see it because it's really for her before he gets it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put these aside for now. Every year I stress about his birthday card because it's got to be handmade Star Wars. I mean, we don't sell Star Wars cards. All right, so this is Beauty of the Earth DSP. It's in the brand new catalog that's coming out. And so we need to go ahead and put this on. And I wanted to like share things with you, even though the catalog's not live yet. I wanted to show you some sneak peeks. So that's what I'm going to do today too. So this looked like sky to me. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. And this is 5.5 by 4 1/4 because we want it to be exactly to where when it sits on the front, that it's the exact. Okay, so just so you know that. All right, and then we are going to do our butterflies and our sheep. So let me do the butterflies first because those are simpler, and then the sheep I have to use the Stamparatus. I can get it pretty close without the Stamparatus, but you really kind of want it to be one that is a little bit more precise. Okay, so I'm just going to do 3. I have 5 on there, and they're already cut, but I just wanted to make sure that I had those so I could show you how easy it is to line up. Now that I've said that, it might not be because I'm not able to get right over it like I did before. Let's see. Oh, well, you know what? I did the wrong one. Okay, so don't do that. You need the big butterfly. There we go. You would think I would have noticed that when I went to go do it. There, that's what they're supposed to look like. Not like that. So you're just going to, and this one I didn't quite get it, but when you go to die cut it, it's much easier. All right, then we're going to leave this out, and let me get out my cleaner and clean this so I don't accidentally drop something on it. I'm sure you guys have done that sometimes too. Well, it's funny that you mentioned The Mandalorian because I did Baby Yoda for his card. So I am not a huge Star Wars fan, but I did think the Baby Yoda was really cute. All right, so let's bring in the Stamparatus. Oh, good. So I'd love to know your name, Monsi D 913. If you want to let us know your name, then that way we can call you by your name. That would be nice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in a piece of white, and I'm just going to stick it here in the middle so that I can tell when it moves, because sometimes the magnet doesn't hold it perfectly because we are pulling it up with this. Oh, and guess what? That doesn't quite fit. So I'm going to show you how to do this. We're going to go ahead and put the body of the sheep right there. Let me take this off so that, and I don't know if you can tell how dirty my Stamparatus is, but I love it and I keep forgetting to clean it. All right, so I did make some spots to go with this, and we're going to go ahead and stamp his body with petal pink. Boy, this is really pinky. Didn't think it was this dark. Oh, you know what? It's not petal pink. Let me wipe that off. It's like, that's not right. Okay. That was polished pink that I just used. That's why it was so big or so bright. I want to use the petal pink. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this because I don't have a spot with me right now. So you guys like watching me make mistakes, right? So I've already made a whole bunch. The wrench means that they are my, that they have the opportunity if somebody acts out that they can kick them out. So that's very important. All right, now we have the body. And you're just going to line this up with the top and the bottom. And then we're going to turn this over. And pick it up. Yep, you have to behave. All right, so then we're going to do Misty Moonlight. And that goes right on top. Isn't that the cutest? Okay, but you haven't even seen it all yet. They have in this set the cutest little eyes and mouth and a tiny nose. I mean, it's really tiny and you have to get it in there, but it is so cute. This is what I mean, like it makes you smile to do this. So you would just come in there, and I'm using the black, and okay, so let me see if I can get it closer so that you can see that cute little face. Isn't he cute? Okay, so that's how you do the sheep. And let me clean that off so that it doesn't get everything dirty. And I don't know that I did that one, so we're going to do it again. So I'm going to bring it back in later when we do the unicorn, but I wanted to get that done. All right, so we have on here, I am going to go ahead and bring in my things I've already done, which is the sheep. I did 3 sheep. I'm going to put them right here, and then 5 of the cute little butterflies. All right, so the great thing, and Pat can attest to this, and I know that Gail or anybody here would love this feature. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and put it down flat, and I'm just going to use tape and put it down there. And each one of these has a smiley face. Thank you, Jan. I think it was so much fun to make, and for something that I wasn't really thrilled about because I really just wanted the dies. So I thought this would be really fun to do, and anything that makes me laugh or smile, I'm all for. All right, so the thing is that they have this little flight path that they have already done for us. So you know how a couple weeks ago I did with the pin and I did a flight path? You don't have to do that with this set. It does it for you, which is a huge plus. So you just do this under each one, and I like to have them coming from different directions. There. Easy. All right, so I'm going to put one of the sheep on the side too. Let's see. Yeah. I know, Miss Pat, you were so thrilled. In fact, she started to say, because I make her come and make these with me the day before, so that she knows if anybody asks any questions that we have the answers for it. So she's like, can you do that? And I'm like, you don't have to have me do it. She was so excited. All right, so now this is just going to be put on the front here, but only adhered on this part here. So we're going to go ahead and put, oh, I'm out. I knew it was coming. And I always have a pack ready because they're so easy to just pop in. Ta-da! All right. So I'm just going to do on there, and then make sure you line it up because you will not be happy if you don't. It will look silly, but you only do that one part, so now it will stand up like that. All right, and then the other part is that we have to put adhesive on the back of this one so it will hold our fence. And I love that it is a little box so you can put bigger things on there. All right, so this also gets right up to the edge, so it's pretty easy. No having to guesstimate or anything like that. Just put it right to the edge. So now this is ready to be like that. Isn't that cool? All right, now I've already cut the fence. This is from Grace's Garden, and it is retiring, but it's not retired yet. So I'm like, oh yay, so I can use it one more time. I love this. But I'm sure we'll be coming out with another fence in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off one of these edges, and then I'm going to see how much room I need because I want it to go the length. Okay, so I do need to cut off this one too. You want it to go across the whole thing. All right, then you're going to tape these two or adhere these two together. I trimmed this one in the middle to match the other. So I'm going to put some liquid glue on the back of this one and then put those two together. Well, I used the liquid glue today. Okay. So they just get put together. So that's nice and secure. All right. Perfect. So now you have to, when you go to put adhesive on your fence, you only want to go as far up as this because you don't want it to be sticky on the other side. So you're just going to come in and just go up just a little bit on each one of these fence posts. And try not to put too much on there so it doesn't bleed out. All right. So I'm going to lay this flat and put it right to the edge so you guys can see how I do that. Okay, and then when you have it up, isn't that the prettiest fence? I love it. Okay, so it's coming along. So I want one of them to be already on the other side of the fence. Even though I'm not doing it this time as the jumping over, I'm going to go with that theme, because to me, that's what I try to do every night, is to get a good night's sleep. And I'm looking for my glue dots. There they are. And the more you worry about getting a good night's sleep, the more you don't get one. I don't know why that is. All right, so I used 2, and I'm going to put them right here on this big one because I don't want the sticky to show on the other side. So this one is wider, so we're going to go ahead and put him on that side, or her, depending. So now she's on the other side. And then I have that window sheet that I got from the other side of my stamp sets. As you can see, you can even see where the stamps were sitting. I don't know. No, you can't see it. What was I thinking? Maybe. Nope. So you're just going to cut a little bit off because I want it to look like it's jumping over the fence. All right. So that's what I have. And then I'm going to use a glue dot on the one side to put the, this one on. And then I'm going to put one on the other side so that I can have it jumping over the fence. Let's see. I want to make sure. Okay. Doesn't want to come off. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. All right, so I'm going to stick this one in right there. So now it's jumping. Isn't that cute? So yes, the blades seem to last much longer on this new trimmer that we've got than it used to. All right, so now we're going to do another butterfly onto the fence in the front. And then we're going to do our sentiment. So I went ahead and cut this out. It's out of the set, out of the dies, and I haven't stamped it yet. So hopefully I will do it so it is not, so it's straight. And it says you, as in EWE, are special. And I want to do it to one side. Good thing I noticed. There. And then the butterfly is going to go right here. And I'll just put some adhesive on that. So now if you want to write on it, you could always write on the bottom on the opposite side. Or just put a sticky note on there, and then the person can just look at it and know that you love them anyway. All right, so there we go. And then we're going to put dimensionals on there. Just like we would if that was holding it up. But now it's just for looks. All right, now I need to have something here that looks like grass. So this is also from the Beauty of the Earth, and it's just the back side, and then you have these beautiful trees. This is 2 by 4 1/8, and we're going to go ahead and put that on the front. See, this wasn't very hard. It looks hard. It looks really cool, but it was pretty simple. I did not have that much of a border. Okay, let's try this again. Well, I didn't. It's going to go closer. Oh, well. You guys don't mind, do you? This DSP is so pretty. I love new catalogs. All right, so this is going to go right here. And then, because I cannot do a card without bling, this is the holiday rhinestones. And we're going to go ahead and put some of those on each of the butterflies and onto our sentiment. Well, no, not on the sentiment. It's just going to go on the butterflies. That looked a little bare to me, so I had to do it. All right, let me close this. Hold on, let me put this one on so you can see what I'm doing. I did add on my first one, which I haven't yet, so I will later, but Wink of Stella to the wings. The only thing I can say is to only do it on the blue, because when you drag the blue onto the petal pink, it will smear that. So there you go. Isn't that the cutest? I love it. All right, so now we'll move on to the next card. And this one is just as fun. Remember, if you get chosen, you can choose this card or the other. Thank you. I appreciate it. So fun when you guys like what I do. All right. So now, like I said, this one I saw online, but I changed it up a little bit. Not much, but look at that cute little unicorn. All right. And then I use this ribbon that's stayed in the catalog. I love it. And our new silver and clear epoxy essential drops or essentials. So we're going to start off with our new polished pink. Isn't that pretty? And we're going to do the score on there at 4 1/4. Make sure it's lined up and use my bone folder. Okay, so because I wanted it to be very rainbowish, because this reminds me of my kids when they were little watching Rainbow Bright. I don't know about any of you. I'm sure I'm dating myself, but they loved it. So here's fresh freesia, the brand new. It's purple. It's hard to see on this, but this is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. Then I have the balmy blue that's going to go behind that. That is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, I think. And then this is 5 by 3 3/4. 2 of them. And there was 2 of the fresh freesia because those 2 are going to go inside. So I'll put those aside, and we're just going to have this. Now let me get a piece of paper to do my sponging. All right. So now to do the clouds, we do have that new one, but I haven't gotten it yet. The Borders one that I really love. And this is from the Paper Pumpkin from last month. And so I'm going to go ahead and use that because that's what I have. But if you guys did not get the Paper Pumpkin, you can still get a cloud template from the Borders dies. So what I'm going to do, because I don't want to do what I did on the last one and have it break through, is I'm going to use my Post-it removable tape, which you guys know I love. And I'm just going to cover up these holes at the top, just to be on the safe side. And because I don't want it to be sticky, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. This just makes it easier. Yes, the Paper Pumpkin was a good one. Love it. All right, so now it's covered. All right, so I'm going to start at the bottom because it's easier to move up than to move down, I think. And this is where I came in with my rainbow colors. And excuse me. I know that everybody knows the Roy B. Give. I don't know. Pat, do you remember the name of the paper pumpkin? I know this month is so cool, but I don't remember what it was for last month. So you really got to hold this paper and get your brush wet and then go on your paper. But make sure you don't move this because it will look silly if you do. All right, so we're just going to go on the edge, try to do it softly, which of course is very hard to do for me. And then we have our first. So red, orange, which would be paper with pumpkin pie, not paper pumpkin. All right. And of course I used one of these brushes for each one, but you do not have to do that because I went from light to dark the last time and it worked. So, and wiped it off on a towel between. So it's going to have a little bit of the red when I push it because that's what was there, but it's not that big of a thing. And then next time I'm going to move the template. All right, so now I'm going to use yellow, which is Daffodil Delight. Okay. And this time I'm going to move it because I don't want it to be matchy all the way up. All right, so I'm just going to come here. Oh, and it doesn't even look like it got much yellow. Oh, well. And then we're going to go. That's what happens when you don't clean your template here. See, and then I got some in there, but that's okay because that's right where I'm going to be putting my unicorn. All right. Then I'm going to do the balmy blue. And then again, I want to have it be a little bit different, but it doesn't have to because the other one's like that. Okay. I'm just talking to myself. All right. So I guess maybe it is better to clean your thing in between. All right, so there's the blue. Looks like a little bit of a shadowed afternoon. Then I'm going to do the Misty Moonlight on top of that. This really isn't as hard as it looks, people. It just takes a little time. Well, that's a pretty one. All right, and then the last one, I'm going to do the freesia. And let me wipe off my template because I really want the purple to show up. Okay. It doesn't look bad being matchy-matchy. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So now I have my rainbow done. I'm going to go ahead and bring out my die cuts that are from the set again. Like I said, it got a lot of good things for sentiments. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp it on this, the pink, the polished pink, and we're going to do the sentiment that says, when in doubt, be a unicorn. Okay, so I'm going to do that onto this side. Isn't that pretty? All right, so I'm going to leave this. No, I have the polished pink. Okay. So I'm going to put that aside for a minute. Now we're going to do the unicorn. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take that one off and put this one in here. So you need another scrap piece of paper, which I'm just going to use what I used earlier. So now the reason why I'm showing you this is because this one, for some reason, I guess because it could be the hippo too. I'm not positive. I haven't looked at the stamp set, but it doesn't have the horn. So you got to make sure that you make it to where you can put the horn in there. So I'm going to stick this here. Okay, use the polished pink. This is a brand new ink thing, so it's looking kind of, not sure how it's going to stamp. It looks bubbly. All right, so I'm going to bring in this because I don't want it full strength. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Let's use the stamp pad. I think that ink, because I just filled it, it's not as good. All right, bring that back in. We just don't want it full strength. Now you can make your unicorn whatever color you want. I'm just sending this to my granddaughter, so I want to make sure that she gets a really cute one. And she likes pink. All right, so now I'm trying to find the other part, which, right here. So I tried to line this up on my own, and that was sitting over it, and I had a time. So that's why I'm using the Stamparatus, because it's just so much easier. All right. Let's pick that up now, but I'm going to clean it on this side so I don't have to get it dirty. But Dottie, I'm going to let you know something. I'm still going to use sponges. I like the brushes, but I still want to use the sponges when I'm sponging something. Does that make sense? You know, the edges, because I wanted a certain look. All right. So now we want full strength. So I'm just going to go ahead and see, and then it lines up much better. I don't like the way it looks, but I think that was from me using this first. But we're going to keep it for there right now. The big part, and I'm going to wash this off again. The one that really stumped me and why I was so happy we have the Stamparatus is the eyeballs that need to go on here. So because it has eyes and then the things for the nose and a smiley face, you just have to make sure you get it lined up. All right. I'm just going to bring in a new one because each Stamparatus comes with 2 plates. All right. Then I'm going to use the black for that. All right. And see why it might be a little confusing when you go to stamp it is because this one is off onto the side. So it just makes it look a little different. All right, so then we need to do his horn. Because what's a unicorn without his horn? It's so cute. All right, now let's go ahead and clean those off so I can close it up. And close this. Now, when you go to close it, you can't close it with 2 plates on, so you have to take one out. All right, so let me cut this down because we're going to use my small one, and I want to make sure that it'll fit into my small. So we're just going to go ahead and trim him up. And then the die has, here, let me show you. It does not have a place for the horn. So if you want to get it to cut the horn, you have to kind of be a little tricky. All right, so I'm going to line this up and then put my tape on it so it'll hold it in place. Make sure I get it right. All right. Then when I go to put this on, I only want it to go like this, where the horn, the top of the head does not have the plate on top of it. So if you can see, I have it so the side of the plate here just comes up to the top of the head, but not onto where the rest of it will cut. Now they do have a die that lets you cut the horn separately, but I wanted it to be attached because I thought it would look funny. It probably doesn't. But so now you have it all cut out except for this top part. So you just need to come in with your snips and finish cutting it out, which is pretty easy. You just follow like we learned in kindergarten. Is Lola? That was Kimmy's thing that she had a hard time with, was scissors. Okay. You just go around and then meet up where it's finished cutting off. There. Now it's attached. So that's going to go on to the front of this. I'm going to go ahead. I don't know whether I had him popped up or not. I don't remember. Trying to find the card. Oh, nope. Oh, well, we're just going to do it again. Okay, yep, I found it. He is popped up. So I'm going to go ahead, and this time I'm going to use the mini dimensionals because they're small and they fit. Well, I think because the die cut cuts out the hippo too. So that's why they don't have it where it does the horn. I'm pretty sure. No, I see the die for the hippo. I have no idea why they did it that way. But, okay, so I want it to still be able to be read. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the back, which I probably should have done before I stuck him on. Okay. See, I thought it was that, but I just looked at it, and the hippo has its own die, so I don't understand. Okay, so now we're going to layer this onto all the layers that we have. I guess they figured it'd be easier to do the horn on its own. I don't know. They always have a reason. I'm sure that there was a good one. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in the ribbon, which this is, I forgot the name. Let's see if it says metallic ribbon. And it is so cool because it's like a cloud, and that's why I chose it. See how pretty that is? And it looks magical. That's why I was like, I have to use this. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and then you pick which part you don't like. And then you kind of put it there. So then it's not so noticeable. Isn't that pretty? Sorry, I had it out of your view. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put adhesive on. Oops, it's pulling. Don't know why it does that sometimes either. There we go. Okay, now it's going to go on the front. That could be Dottie. We just don't know. But I like to make things work, so that's what I did. All right, now I'm going to stick this up on dimensionals, and then I will just have the inside. And I didn't stamp anything on the inside because it's going to go to my granddaughter, and I don't know what I want to say yet. But she loves unicorns. What little girl doesn't? Okay. All right, when in doubt, be a unicorn. All right, then we just have these cute silver and clear epoxy essentials. And it has ones that look like diamonds and circles, and then ones that look kind of like rain. So since it's kind of up in the sky, I picked the one that looks like rain. And it's clear, but I still think that you can notice it. But anytime I can get new doodads, that's what I try to do, because I love my things that I can buy and put on cards. All right, and then one on this one. And I didn't get that straight again. Oh well, it's handmade. All right, so on the inside, I'm just putting these two together. And while I'm doing that, Pat can go ahead and do the drawing, and we will see who won and which cards you guys want. Okay, I'm trying to find. I had two. I didn't put two together, did I? Nope. Huh. Well, this is how it's supposed to. Oh, there it is. I was like, it's supposed to look like this. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to have the inside say. So I didn't say anything. That is perfect sentiment. Jan and Dottie, you guys are so smart. Plus, you've been around me. I know Dottie's been to my classes, so she knows how I like bling. All right, so pretty, huh? He does kind of look like he's jumping over this. Isn't that funny? I did it in exactly the same way as, oh well. All right, so thank you, Steph. What a great idea. Yes, he's pushing it. That's why it's like that. It looks like he's pushing it. Yep, I'll take it. All right, so aren't these cute? So if you place an order of 35 or more, then I will give you the cuttings for all of this so that you will get like the fence die cut for you, the box scored and everything. You'll just have to put them together. And I like this one better because my fence was better. But I think that it would be great either card. So thank you, Lola. Did you catch my comment about the cutting? I know Kimmy had, I don't know that you remember, you've had so many kids, but that was her thing. She couldn't do the scissors. So we'll have to see who wins, and then we'll see which ones you guys like. And hopefully, Steph, you'll be getting your card soon. Oh, Steph and Lola, yay! So Steph, you get to pick again. And Lola, which one would you like? Oh, Lola, you got yours too. Good. You two seem to be very lucky. I'd go play the lottery if I was you. That's what I tell my daughter, because their kids always win the Kindle every year. So which one? Okay, so you went the unicorn. Okay, see, I have two of these, so that'll work out perfect. In fact, I'll make another one so that I'll have one for my granddaughter, because that's what I need. But these are so cute. I thought you guys would like this one because it's so stinking cute. So, all right. Well, thank you for coming, and I hope that you come back next week. I will probably use a new stamp set from the upcoming catalog, which I've been waiting to use, but I did give you some sneak peeks today. So, yes. So, just catch me next week, same time, same place, and I'll talk to you guys then. Thank you.